Brawl Stars has been around for quite a while now, and in that time it has gone through many ups and downs. However, right now the game seems to be doing really good and is in a really good place overall. And today we'll be going over 4 of the best things about the game right now, along with 4 of the worst things, just so we can get a good understanding of how the game is and so we can compare it to the future. So let's just get right into it, starting with the best things. First of all, we obviously have the current classic Brawl event. This event brings back the mega boxes, which had been removed from the game in December 2022, along with just a bunch of other stuff. But as for the boxes, well, they really are like the main thing, since they were pretty loved by the community before, and this just brings back a ton of memories because honestly, opening mega boxes was way more fun and exciting than the star drops that we have right now. This is because you get a bunch of different things from the boxes, and that is obviously just really fun and exciting. And you can get these boxes completely for free as well, which is obviously really nice, and it means that everyone can experience them and get rewards from them. But outside of the boxes, you can also get the Rico Hypercharge skin for free, and this is just by collecting 10 mega boxes, and there's a pretty good chance that most people will be able to get this, assuming they play mostly every day and do the quests and challenges. And on top of that, you also have the addition of the 2 new game modes, with the first one being Mirror Match and the second being Drum Roll, and these have also been pretty fun because they are new and interesting and a nice breath of fresh air. So overall, the current event is a great part of the game right now. But next up, we have just the community overall. Right now, the Brawl Stars community is really active and engaged, and the atmosphere around the game is looking really good. The Brawl Stars channel is just getting more views and engagement than ever, with the channel going over 100 million views in a single month in June, and I have no doubt that they'll probably hit that number again for this month. But other than that, the community on Reddit has also been really active as of lately, and it has grown by over 100,000 members in just the last month or so, since it is at 1.1 million members now, and it had just hit 1 million in June. So there has been quite a lot of growth for the community, and that has obviously been a great thing, and it really is a community that makes Brawl Stars one of the best games out there and definitely the best Supercell game. But the next really good thing about the game right now is just the overall game balance. Now, Brawl Stars has obviously been notorious for having periods in which there were either some brawler apocalypses or where there were just certain brawlers that were way too broken, and it was just making the gameplay less fun for everyone else, or even situations in which certain brawlers will make the game crash, with the recent example being Ash, who had to be removed from the game twice. But overall, the game is really balanced now, where there is no single brawler that seems to be way too strong, and this may be a small thing, but we also recently had the Frank buff, and that just makes him so much better, and that has just made the game way more fun in my opinion, since he had been a bad brawler for a really long time despite him being pretty fun. So him now being better really makes it more viable, and it has also changed up the game quite a bit. And that is another factor, since the game does receive enough changes so that there are constantly brawlers going in and out of the meta, and that makes everything feel pretty fresh, and the game is at a great point in terms of that. But for the final good thing on this list, we have the progression system. Now, the progression system is something that has changed a ton over the years of the game being out. However, at this point, I really do think it is at the best point. The game isn't really paid to win when it comes to unlocking brawlers, since you have the Star Road, which is a really nice thing. And then for all the abilities for the brawlers, well, you can just directly buy them whenever instead of having to wait to get them out of the box or for them to pop in the shop, and that has obviously been a really good thing as well for the game. And overall, the progression in the game is at a really good point, and you can't really complain. But with that, we have the 4 best things, so now let's move on to the 4 worst things. First up, we have the presence of teamers and win traders. Now, this has obviously been an ongoing problem inside of Brawl Stars. However, in my opinion, it has just been getting worse, and this could very possibly be due to just all the people playing the game, which means there's a higher chance of people doing it. But it can really just ruin your experience if you end up having to do like a 4v1 inside of solo showdown, because you end up with a bunch of people win trading. And as for the teaming, well, it is something that is technically allowed. However, I personally don't think it is a good thing at all for the game, because it makes the solo experience less fun and can make people get frustrated and just quit the game. However, there obviously isn't anything being done about this, so we just really have to live with it and hope that things will change in the future. But But the next bad thing on this list is with ranked mode. Now the mode itself isn't exactly bad as a concept, however I think the execution of it could have been much better, and there really needs to be one big change, and that is increase the trophy count required to participate. Right now you unlock the ranked mode at only 1000 trophies, meaning just about anyone can download the game and quickly unlock the game mode. And this just isn't how I think it should be for competitive mode, since that really should be for the more skillful and experienced competitive players rather than the beginners who would just bring down their team or not take the mode seriously. Simply increasing the requirements for the mode will make it much better in my opinion, and I think something like 20,000 trophies is plenty to make it so any beginner can't just join, and it would ensure that they have at least experienced many of the brawlers in the game, and they will be able to make educated decisions inside of the ranked mode. So the mode itself isn't bad, however it just doesn't feel like a ranked mode due to all the beginners just playing it and kind of taking over, especially because it's really easy to actually rank up inside the mode. But anyways, the third bad thing about Brawl Stars right now is the Mega Pig. Now personally I don't mind this and I actually do kind of like it, however this is hated by a majority of the community, which is why I'll include it here. Basically the Mega Pig will replace a club league as well as a club shop, and that was just something a ton of people hated since the club league was fun and the shop was really practical as you were able to specifically buy what you wanted instead of receiving essentially random rewards through the Mega Pig. Plus you can't really even pick what you want to play in the game as that stuff is randomized with Mega Pig, and sometimes it can get repetitive if you end up having to play the same game mode multiple times in a row and barely get a chance to play other modes. Plus, if you get bad teammates, then that is also just really bad, and it is common inside of Mega Pig. That could really be because you have to play 15 games in a limited amount of time, so you have people just going AFK in order to play all their games, and overall the Mega Pig just isn't liked by most players. But the final bad thing on the list is Supercell Make. This is a program in which a community can make skins for certain brawlers, and it is a really cool concept and it had worked great at the beginning. However, now it has kind of just become a joke. The main issue has been with the fact that a lot of purple and edgy skins end up winning, and this has become a big joke in the community. And if you look on Reddit, then there are just a lot of posts basically memeing about the situation since the campaign was announced for 6 whole brawlers, so there are people just joking about how the winners could probably be some purple and edgy skins. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see to figure out what the skins are, but I mean it'll be pretty crazy if half of them are purple and edgy, and it will make the program clowned upon even more. I do think that the program itself is pretty good, however there should probably be some restrictions or guidelines such as specific colors to make sure only a certain type of skin doesn't keep on winning. But with that, we have the 4 best and worst things about Brawl Stars in the current moment. Overall the game is doing pretty well, but let me know what you think about it down in the comments, and with that I'll see you all in the next one.